So Gus, being that you're the oldest owner in our franchise system, what type of support have you seen from us to best empower you to be successful?
Oh, well, first of all, Leah and her team at A Better Solution have over 20 years experience, have helped pave the way for me and kind of made the mistakes that a franchise may make if they didn't have the support. So that's really important to me. So I guess it would be that, and just being able to have somebody to call, to have a soundboard of ideas that I get that may have worked or may not work for them.
Right. When you initially opened your doors, how did A Better Solution set you up for success as a franchise owner?
Oh man, we had so much training. It was awesome. I had representatives and marketers come out to Wichita, Kansas, help me market. Had all the resources available to really help me succeed, whether it was through their online portal or through coaching calls and weekly coaching calls on the phone.
When challenges have come about, how have you seen A Better Solution support you through those challenges and overcome those challenges?
Seamlessly and flawlessly. That's how I feel about it. And with that type of response to any problems I have, it really empowers me to be able to just put my focus back on growing my business, knowing that the support is there.
If you could put our support in a few words, how would you describe those words?
Excellent, quick response, and loving.
So Mike, with A Better Solution in home care, how have you seen our franchise best empower you and support your location?
That's a good question, Weston. In the beginning, there was a medium amount of effort in terms of getting us started, telling us the ropes of the industry, of the business, and a little bit of advice and counsel. Over time, what happened is headquarters ramped up the effort, and we got advice and counsel, mentoring, staffing assistance, tricks of the trade, which was fantastic. So I would say from the beginning to over time, within the first 6 to 12 months, the help and assistance ramped up so much so that they basically launched us off and got us off the managed program to where we could, my wife and I as owners of the business, without industry experience at all, learned enough about it to feel comfortable taking it on our own. So I would say that the approach for the managed model over time got tremendously better. I'm really pleased about it.
So Mike, as you transition from a managed model to an owner-operator model, being that you're not local to the area, how was that transition for you?
Yeah, it would be impossible to have a remote ownership model, in particular we're probably the worst candidates. Remote model out of the industry would be impossible without support of Caring Solutions in the beginning. And you were part of that team. There's other folks, Diana, you, Alex, who actually came out, Jason, who came out and worked with us side by side, helped our team, and then explained things to us. And it's frustrating because when you're outside the industry, you may ask a lot of obvious questions, and you guys never really took that in a bad way. You explained things over to us 2 and 3 times sometimes. So the transition was made very easy.
When challenges come up, how do you feel that A Better Solution best empowers you all to be successful and navigate through those challenges?
It's good because you can call people who have the experience that you don't have. They've crossed that road before, they've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and are happy to share the information. And no one makes fun of you. It's not like, well, we've never seen that before, you guys must be doing something wrong. So I find the relationship, the communication is really positive. And but to be fair, you do have to you do have to get involved as an owner, and you and your director and your staff. You have to get involved and grab the bull by the horns and try to tackle it. And then when you run into a landmine that you didn't know was there, then you call for help. That's the best. I think that's the best solution.
Where do you see your role fit within our franchise?
My role
as an owner.
I've got. Basically, I think I have two roles. One is to manage our business and to support our team and our staff, but 2 is we're an ambassador of the brand. So the folks at headquarters have very little control over what we do, what we say, how we manage, and so we have to take the ABS brand as our own and make it. And then we are part of the system, but we're the face of the brand to our local markets, and I think we need to take that seriously. And you get into this business not because you want to make a buck, but you have a heart for the infirmed and the elderly. And if you have that heart and your staff has that heart, I think you'll represent the brand accurately.
Can you speak to a little bit more about cross-collaboration within our franchise system with other owners?
It could be better. The owners have taken it upon ourselves to have owners meetings, and those are sparsely attended. So I think corporate could have something more formalized and more frequent than an annual meeting such as we're at right now, because the cross-pollination is invaluable. I learned more yesterday than I had the prior 6 months by sharing with other owners what they had gone through, what they'd seen. And when we're faced with the decision, should we, jig or jag, we can talk to 3 or 4 owners and what did you guys do in this situation? And they can prevent a lot of problems. And I think we can formalize that and it'll be a lot better for us.
What do you see within the next 1 to 2 years for your location? What do you envision?
Okay, we have targets. We have KPI goals, revenue hour goals. So, and there's 2 things. Number 1 is tactically, we want to grow the initial location, and we're owners and operators of the Boise location. And hand in hand with our director, we have hourly and revenue goals for that location, and then expand into a second location, and currently targeted for Salt Lake City. So in the next 2 years, we have original goals here, and then the setup and startup and off to the races in location number 2.
Is there anything you want to add as far as your experience throughout your journey at Better Solution?
Yep, I would. We've looked at, I've been in business 40 years and have started or been part of about 5 or 6 startup type businesses. And we've looked at other franchise systems as well. What attracted us to this is, like I said earlier, the heart for the infirm, the heart for the elderly, but the quality of the team. So the ABS team, pretty much across the board, starting with Leah all the way down the organizational chart, are people who have the same attitude, the same heart for the people that we serve, the same heart for the directors, for the owners. And I really hadn't seen that in other places. We really admire and respect the team for their experience, for their collaboration, for the sharing, for their mentoring. We like that. They've taken their personal experience and translated it to us as best as possible. So we really appreciate that. And we look to, rather than do a second or third business, we'd rather do a second or third location within ABS. That's how much we like it here.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep, you bet.